Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Well, welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Well, we got our Ford F-250 in the shop, and it is looking good.
It is fantastic.
What's going on, Dave? I said this thing's mechanically sound.
It is mechanically sound, but you said Ford pickup truck.
All right.
And that reminded me of an email that I saw in our inbox. By the way, you can email us at feedback@techgarage.tv. That's what Sam did. He lives in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and Sam was changing his spark plugs out, and when he pulled out the plugs, he noticed that in one of the spark plug holes there was some coolant. So he's wondering what the problem might be and what he has to do to fix it.
Yeah, shocker, Dave. I mean, 5.4 Sam probably across the board have a lot of issues with that, and most of the time you can look right under here. We'll pull this piece off, and you can see this right here basically starts to deteriorate. The gasket blows out, or it actually starts etching the intake manifold right here. It's going to leak into the valley. It's going to pour coolant out every time. You know, rockauto.com, Dave, I just say get the new assembly, update it, be done with it.
And you said the magic word, assembly, right there. Rock Auto will sell you all the parts you need, all the bolts and everything you need to put the part on. You don't have to keep running back and forth to the auto parts store. Just one little click at rockauto.com, you get what you need.
Yep, that'll keep you hooked up, Sam. But hey, Dave, the interior, wow, what a transformation. And it couldn't be any easier, man. You know what it looked like, the old inside. Well, that was pretty rough. I mean, you had the floor. It's a 1987 pickup. It's a work truck. So you can see the floor, the doors, didn't even have the lower panels. The dash was pretty much done. The truck was done on the inside. This one, well, not so much. It looks great, man. And we started with the front seat bolts, super easy.
Yeah, the seat bolts, there's only 4 bolts holding down the entire bench seat. So once you got the front ones done, just 2 in the back. All you had to do was push the seat backs forward. That gave you access to those 2 bolts in the back, and they were able to lift the seat out of there.
Yeah, and Benjamin, he just scooted over on the other side, and Josh kind of just wiggled that thing right out this side. It was heavy, put it on the ground, boom, no problem, onto the carpet.
Yep, and if you have old carpet, sometimes it's glued down, and that's kind of a hassle. You have to get an adhesive remover and muscle that carpet out of there. We were lucky enough that there was no carpet in this thing in the first place, so we were able to drop ours right in. No adhesive for this carpet from rockauto.com, by the way. This is going to stay put. It's form-fitting, and between the shape and the 4 seat bolts, this stuff's not going to go anywhere.
Boy, you know, and it looks brand new right then and there. So we put the seat in, went to the door panels, had a few screws, popped off the handle. Voila, ready for the new ones, Dave.
And now to the dash, which is my favorite piece on the whole truck. This is actually an overlay right here for the dash,
yeah.
And it looks like a brand new dash.
I'll tell you what, Coverlay really nailed it with that piece. It does look new, but speaking of new, we got some cool technology on Garage Ed. I'm going to run over there. Hey, finish this one up.
All right, well, now all I have to do is really put floor mats in here, and that'll finish off the interior for us. Looking at the inside of this is incredible. All of this that we did would only take us about a weekend. If you have a buddy, it's going to be even quicker, and you can do everything with stuff you find at rockauto.com. What's going on over there at Garage Ed, guys?
Man, the transformation of that truck looks awesome. I can't believe it. Well, this week on Garage Ed, we've made it to the air duct system. It's kind of hard to see under the dash, so I spent a couple more hours taking this one out, but it's still kind of wonky, so let's look at the graphic.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, you are a trooper, though. That's a heck of a job taking the actual air duct system out. Well, if you see the graphic right there, what does it do? Well, it directs the air. What kind of air? Well, it depends on where the temperature doors are set. You can see on the left side over there, you got your inlet and your blower motor. Then what that does, it actually puts the air either across the evaporator or the heater core. If you want cold, the evaporator is going to do the job. If you want hot, the heater core is going to do its job. Then it goes and it actually diverts to different vents. Where do you want the air to come out of? Now, you did rip one out of here, but there's different types, Josh. Let's talk about the different types of temperature doors.
Right, so to actuate those doors, we need a way to do it. We either have vacuum, we have mechanical linkage with a cable, and in most cases now, we have electronic actuators.
So to start with the vacuum actuated one, we actually have one right here. This is an old vacuum case, so vacuum source from the engine is coming in here, goes through these, and actually actuates the door. Now here's a cool tip for you. If you have your air conditioner stuck on defrost, that's usually the default mode, so you probably lost your source vacuum coming in and it went to defrost. That's safe, it keeps your windshield good. Now Josh, when we're dealing with these, we got 2 types of motors, and you know, the best way to explain them is once again, go to the graphic.
Yeah, check out this graphic. So if you look over here on the bottom left, you have 2 wires. Now what that means is your actuator motor is either going to go to full 1 position, The computer will reverse the polarity and it can go to the other position. Now moving over to the right, you might have 3 to 5 wires, same concept, but now the computer's actually watching the position of the motor that it's in.
Now another tip for you, if you're dealing with these electronic actuators that actually move it either to one position or all the way around, these things are timed, so you want to go to the service manual, run them in the right position before you plug them in, or what's going to happen, you're going to snap them, and that could be a $50 or $60 actuator you want to break. Now the device that saved a ton of marriages. Now how did it do that? Well, this is the individual temperature control for the driver and the passenger. So what happens here is, you know, Dave, he wants to jack that thing down and get it as cold as it can be. Well, his wife and his family, not so much. So they run it up a heat over here. How does that work? Well, it's through the air duct system. They each have their own passage of air ducts. So if he wants heat, he's going to go ahead and run it through the actual heater core. If they want cold, they're going to put the cold over here. It's going to run it through the evaporator, and the case duct will distribute it to the right vents to either do the passenger or the driver. Well, speaking of driver, that truck transformation's about finished. Let's check in and see how it's coming along.
During the break in the Garage Ed segment, Benjamin got underneath the truck, wired up a new horn, and it sounds great. And it's an air horn, no less. John, man, this thing sounds great. It looks great. What an improvement from the way this truck originally looked.
What'd you say, Dave? Yeah, big improvement, man. From the headlights to the taillights, the tonneau cover, the hoop steps, and the interior, man, this thing is a ginormous transformation. And our lead tech, Benjamin, well, he's fallen in love with it, man. We might be keeping these vehicles around here.
Yeah, between the minivan and this, they're probably staying here at Tech Garage.
Absolutely. Nothing more to do than just pop a top, maybe catch a ball.
Right, there it is.
Next thing you know, we'll just admire the work a little bit.
You got it. We're going to enjoy the rest of our weekend. We hope you do the same, and we're going to do this again next week. Same place, same time. In the meantime, also, you can email us your questions at feedback@techgarage.tv.
Yep, we're all over the place, social media. Make sure you stay with us, and we'll catch you next week for more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com.
See ya.
Man, this thing's gorgeous.
I love it.
We could not do Tech Garage without production assistance from Chipola College in Marianna, Florida. Chipola was founded in 1947, and it was recently ranked among the top 3 community colleges in the United States.